about with every wind of doctrine.
That's Bro Polite and his whole crew, Sarnetti and them guys. You guys were down with E-Man Issa, and he was just doing nothing but giving you a bunch of different drugs. He got exposed, the white man got him. And then you guys are just going all these different, like Elder Tahar said, different pieces of information you got from different sources that's flawed information anyway that you got from the so-called white man, and you're bundling it up into a big ball of mesh. Okay? And so you guys are confused, man. You talking this one thing, then you jump into another thing. You guys are just like the brother said, them lottery balls in that machine when the wind blows. Okay?
Bouncing around.
Yeah.
It says, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
That's Bro Polite, Sorry Nuda, Sorry Nigga. That's what them guys are doing. Because them guys really are deceiving the people, and they know they're deceiving the people. Because
right.
Deep inside, they know they're not, that shit is bullshit, but it's all about getting the people's money.
Yep.
Putting on a good show.
Yep.
Because niggas, they figured niggas out, so-called Negroes and Latinos, they like to be entertained.
Yeah.
They like to be Jake likes to be entertained. So them guys, that's why they go. That's the debate and the undercard.
Yeah.
Put this big thrills and put the show on.
Every nigga love to see a fight.
Yeah.
So we got the Hebrew Israelites gonna fight against the black consciousness movement.
Yeah.
Then we have an undercard with this other Egyptology fighting against Islam, and so people like get all in. They want to see arguing drama. People don't want to sit there and actually learn the truth. They just want to see it. That's our people, man. And again, that's what you guys are doing. You're capitalizing, but it says that you lie in wait, waiting to deceive. Basically, you sitting there waiting for the opportunity so you can come and all you're doing is you can question everything. Like me and the brother was talking about. If you want, you can question the existence of water, or is there really a such thing as water? That's how you guys are. Is there really a such thing as air? Well, what color is water? Does water really have a color? You can sit there and question every mother effing thing. But the point is, what is the truth? Who are you? What is your nationality? According to what is your nationality? All right? But you said you had that one.
Yeah, that one.
Timothy's?
Yep. 1 Timothy 6 and start at 3. It says, if any man teach otherwise,
Romans 3 and 3,
and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our
right.
Lord.
If any man teach otherwise, now that's heavy. And that's heavy. This brother called the scripture, because it's gonna cut all that other BS out, man.
That's right.
Because the wholesome words are the words of this Bible, whether you guys want to believe it or not.
That's right.
Big fish. And seeing on that, you make a lot of statements or whatever that you can't back up.
Yeah.
That a fish cannot only swallow a whale can only swallow something the size of a tennis ball.
You got that scripture on science to me?
Yeah.
Where did you get that information from? You got that, like Elder Tahar told you, from the so-called white man. A big fish. But you go what? People will believe that a fat white man drives around all night delivering toys
and gifts
to children all over the planet. People teach their kids about the East. People believe in that.
Believe in that shit. He probably believes in it.
Okay.
He probably thinks there's a bunny that lays eggs.
You guys, hold on. You learned from Dr. York. He taught a story about a guy named Yaku, the big head scientist that created the white man in the laboratory. And you niggas believed in that shit.
Yep.
But the fact of a giant fish, which the so-called white man makes documentaries on these different channels, the biology channel, the science channel, monsters, river monsters, the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, and all that stuff. So people have reported these are actual, and these documentaries are put together by actual eyewitness accounts of people that have actually seen Bigfoot, that have actually seen the Loch Ness Monster. What's the Loch Ness Monster? Reports of a giant, huge fish.
Sea creature.
Or a huge sea creature. We're just a bunch of crazy niggas that says something about a big fish. Wait a minute, these so-called white scholars seem to think there's something going on in the unknown.
They already show you certain fish out there that have swallowed men. Okay, there's the one story of a seller, I forget where he was from, but basically the fish swallowed him because his boat got turned upside down. Then he spit him back out afterwards. So there's stories of that. So
hold on, a snake can swallow a man.
There you go.
You got anaconda. Snakes can swallow a human being whole. Okay? Certain snakes, anacondas, certain pythons of a certain size. Okay? They were seeing reports of giant snakes down in the Amazon, down in Florida. Out in the glades, in the Everglades, man. Here it is, you guys, and you, bro, polite, man. You haven't traveled. You haven't been nowhere. You guys are stuck in Harlem. When you came down to deal with us on 34th Street, you were lost. So I never had to fucking tell you how to get back to the train station. From where we were standing, and the train station was right up the block. So this dude don't even know his way around Manhattan. Man, go ahead, brother.
So you want?
Yeah. But you're such a knowledgeable man. And you're not even knowledgeable of how to get back up to Harlem from 34th Street, man. Go ahead.
1 Timothy 6 and 20, again, the second half of 20, says, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called.
That's what you guys, you bringing up all these scientific facts that supposedly you got from these so-called Afrocentric scholars, black scholars and all that, carbon dating and this, that, and the other, and the information, the time moves, and this goes before the Bible. But you know what? I got to piggyback again off of Johanna's guy. The light-skinned brother that's down with Johanna, he made a very good, hey brother, I commend you on the way you coming at these guys. I give you all the credit in the world. Through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. The only thing I tell you, which we're going to keep saying, that name, you did mention the name of Yahweh Shai, but you gotta stop saying Christ, man. His name is not Christ. You gotta push that vibration. The scriptures tell you about the Hebrew.
Yeah.
That things other than the Hebrew get that from
Have
me.
more force.
Right?
Yep.
You gotta start uttering and pushing the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem. That's the only problem I got with you. You gotta start pushing the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai more. You was on point with everything you was saying, but you just got to start pushing the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But outside of that, them guys asked him, well, look, man, these different African historical events were taking place before the Bible. Look, man, and the brother broke it down. He said, when Moses came on the scene, that was when the scriptures go on to the beginning of Genesis and all the information which was already passed down from Adam to Noah up until the time of Moses. Okay, what's the word I'm looking for? Orally.
Right.
And it wasn't until the time of Moses, when Israel came out of Egypt, that our history was actually committed to writing. Because it was taking place during the time of Abraham. But the laws were always in place.
Yeah.
It was oral, it was passed down.
Yeah.
The laws Adam knew the laws because the Most High gave it to him orally.
And the Bible gives you, that's why you have a book called the Book of Genesis, which comes from the Hebrew, which you don't even know the Hebrew. You're talking about the English or whatever the case is. You're right. In the English form it wasn't there.
That's
but
right.
you had the Hebrew back then.
I'll be back.
Or the Lashon Kodash, which is known as the Holy Tongue, which I'm pretty sure you cannot read polite or no light, as one brother called you. Okay, so in the Genesis, which is Bara'ath or Bara'ashiath, Salakia, which basically means the beginnings.
Headings, yeah.
The beginnings. All right, the beginnings of what? Of the creation. So in the book of Genesis, okay, it tells you the beginning of all the nations. It tells you the beginning of the Babylonians. It tells you that it don't go all deep into every Babylonian ruler, because why? The Babylonians are not the people of the Most High.
That's right.
All right, but it gives you where they came from, gives you their origin.
Yeah.
All right, we can tell you where the Babylonians, the so-called Babylonians, originate from. Okay, we can tell you where Ham, or who you call Kim or Chum or Kemet, we can tell you his origin. Why? Going back on the Bible, man.
Scriptures.
All right, and that's why. And you had other societies and civilizations at the time, and by the fact that they're writing down stories of the flood or whatever the case is, guess what they're doing? They're just giving more credence to the Bible, scriptures, that what the Bible spoke about was true. Because why? There's accounts in almost every nation or culture about the flood, the great flood that wiped out the earth to where the earth was started all over again by Noah and his 3 sons. That's in all cultures. So that just further backs up the Bible. It doesn't mean that they don't predate the Bible. All right?
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, this going to the point what you saying about the Hebrew.
Con.
This is Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha. This is the prologue. It says, "Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words. We have labored to interpret."
Right, because when you go from the Hebrew to another language, there's certain words that are not in the Hebrew. Like in the English, people use might, maybe. There's no Hebrew word for maybe.
Yeah, so that cuts you guys, Nate. That cuts Nate. Yeah. They said we turning the Hebrew into a doctrine. You need the Hebrew to fully understand the truth. How do we break down about the Jews being black then?
Right.
Yeah, Jeremiah 14:2. We can read that in the English, but then you got people that can debate that. Well, look, that doesn't mean dark skin. It means they were black. That's how the so-called Jew goes in there. Them Amalekites wear the black clothes, so that pertains to us because we wear black clothes.
Yep.
You see, you got to know the Hebrew and go into the Hebrew to really break down Jeremiah 14:2. Nate, you fucking asshole, you demon. You understand?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's the truth.
Okay.
You got to know the Hebrew to break that down.
You got to know the Greek and the Latin too, because when you're in the New Testament and the Hebrew, when it goes into Mary being a virgin, you got to know the Hebrew.
Yeah.
Ayaloma, young woman. Not meaning that a woman that never had sex.
Right.
Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to know the Hebrew and the Greek and the Latin. You got to know this. So to know the Hebrew is imperative. So for these guys that say, look, we just got to deal with the English because the most of it, the Lord, but Yahweh gave us the Hebrew. Through the Spirit of the Lord, he worked on our elders before us to give us the Hebrew. Right? So these guys are idiots, man. But pretending to that brother that's down with Yohana, you got to get into using the Hebrew phrases, man. You know?
And to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words.
That's right. Like the elder Manasseh here has just said, there's no word for maybe. That's an Edomite thing, man. Yeah. This English, this bastard English shit. Maybe. In the Hebrew, the scripture says, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. There's no such thing as, well, maybe I might do it. If you ask somebody to do something, look, I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it.
Do or you don't.
Okay?
Yep.
Either it's black or it's white.
That's it.
Either it's right or it's wrong. And in the ancient world, that's how it was. So all of us, we've been tainted by this faggot world.
Yeah.
Also, too, because we've been raised up under women. And being around women are completely phony. So it's all about, I don't know. You know, we learned that first from your mother. Because all of our mothers are phonies. Because they're women. And women are all about phoniness. You understand? And a lot of men are about being phony. Yep. You even got men that come off like they're straightforward. But even they're phony. You see? Go ahead.
Which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
That's blunt. And I'm pretty sure you know that scripture, bro. That brother that's down with Yohana. I'm pretty sure you seem pretty sharp in the scriptures. I know you know this scripture. So you got to apply it, man. So when you teach them, you keep using that word Christ. You got to get that Christ out of there, man. Use the name you said it. You said in the Hebrew, his name is Yahweh Shai. So for that extra power to plug into the source, like I told that idiot Nate, the power source, you got to use that name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So when you edifying, you got to push that name out there when you teaching, man. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
It's true because you got people that are paid that's trying to keep that name concealed because they know that that's what the power is when Israel wakes up.